Okay, I'll jump in. Hi, everyone. My name is André. I am a Tel Aviv University representative in Brazil and Latin America, and an alum from the Master in Conflict Resolution and Mediation, class 2012, 2013, so it's been a while. Pleasure to be here and see you all.
Thank you. Maybe Igor, you can be next. So just like show them what like really MBA students
I just
can.
wanted to be the last one.
Mm.
Hi guys, I'm a current student of MBA program. I'm from Ukraine originally. I'm coming from a computer science background, and just now decided to, try something new in my life, and it's going very good. I like it.
Thank you, Igor. Thank you for staying up for us. We really appreciate it.
And Igor's only on the holidays, so it's like really, really appreciated. Thank you.
Problem.
Anybody else wants?
I'm Mark Blitzstein. I'm from Silver Spring, Maryland. And yeah, I had the pleasure to actually go on campus in January and visit. So yeah, thanks for allowing me to do that.
Good. Oh, okay, we got more.
Next. How's it going, everyone? I'm Adam. I don't think I've met anyone aside from some email correspondence. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and I was actually just in Israel about a month ago, and so I'm looking to get back out there, hopefully with this program. So nice to meet you all.
We missed you in Israel and we missed you in California.
You guys both, actually.
Yes.
The ice cream. I know this now. Susanna, since you're
No,
here,
that's I think Francisco said that he cannot talk because in the office. I don't know if anybody else wants to say anything. Here is Susanna. Hi, Aaron.
From Bogota, Colombia.
Nice to meet you, Aaron.
Well, I've been in contact via email with Andre the last few, let's say, a month or so, maybe a little bit more. I'm looking for some programs, some academics, some liberal in Israel, because I think it's a good path to go, switching from Latin America to other regions of the world.
great, great. I hope you find some answers. I'll have actually more questions after this presentation, which would be even better.
And Susanna,
So we
our
got-
graduate.
Go ahead. Can you speak?
Yes. Hello, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Sure.
Hi, everyone. I'm Susana. I'm from Colombia. I'm an alumni from the program. I graduated last July. Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm currently in Argentina, but I'm originally from Colombia. I went back. And that's it. I don't know how, like, do you have like a structure for the webinar or there's like Q&A? Okay.
Yes, we do. Thank you.
Now we have introduction for those who joined later, so it's just short intro so we can know. I'm happy to see that we're global again, as always, and yeah, let's get more countries. People want to see? No, that's it. I saw somebody.
Actually, this meeting will be more useful for me because I'm thinking to do my exchange maybe somewhere in the South America. So there are a lot of people from there, so it's good.
You see, you always win when you're being active, joining all the things that are happening. Okay, so Jackie, do you want to start then?
Yeah, okay, I'll start. So I think you asked about the structure, Susanna. So I think that we have about 45 minutes. So I will open, talk a little bit about, global mindset and the Sofaer Global MBA and these times that we're living in. And then I will pass it to Lena that will do a proper presentation of the program. Some of you have heard it, some of you didn't hear it yet. And then, of course, we'll have time for questions. And I think that it's super important that we have Susanna and Igor here because I think they are the most interesting people in the room. No hard feelings for everyone, anybody else, because they actually went through the program and they can answer a lot of questions. So this is why they're here, and thank you again. So maybe I will start, and it's really a brief introduction, but when, always when we are, talking about a Sofaer Global MBA, so we talked about the fact that, a global mindset is something that is required for entrepreneurs or for managers in this era. And we say it over and over again, and we strongly believe in it. And, I can give numerous examples of how, a global mindset that I was exposed to during my MBA, that was in a joint program between Tel Aviv University and Northwestern University, created for me this network of people that really helped me in the venture capital that I was managing back in 2008. You were really young, but it was a big financial crisis all over the world. People were glued to the television, watching Lehman Brothers falling apart, the stock market collapsing. And I was just with a company that was about to IPO at New York Stock Exchange. As you may be knowing, companies before they do IPO, public offering, usually they need the money. So to see what happening there was a complete disaster for me and for my fund, the fund that I was managing, and I didn't know, how I'm going to cope with that. And then I called my colleague, which I met and became a very dear friend of mine, who was located in London, and consulted with him. And he actually introduced to me an option to IPO the company in a new stock exchange that was established in London called AIMS, which I was not even aware of. And within a couple of months, this company was IPO'd there and raised money and became a great success. So I think that that's a global mindset, right? Because you have a company here, you're planning on IPOing it in the US, something happened, you have a strong, close network of people that can introduce you to new ideas, and then you pivot. But then, so, and globalization and the concept of globalization, we talk about it a lot, but actually it was started just after the Second World War. Before that, we all lived like in a very more isolated, silos around the world. But since then, it was a decision of the world, and there are a lot of organizations and agreements, et cetera, that were established around that. And for 70 years, that was the way we were thinking about the world, doing business in the world, etc. But, we cannot hide from the fact that in the last couple of months, and even more in the last couple of days, there is a big question mark around it because of a new policy that we see in the States and maybe in other places that might project that we are going back into kind of like isolation. And then, being the manager of Sofaer Global MBA, I'm asking myself, okay, is it still relevant for students to do a global MBA, or should they, focus in the country where they are coming from, because the world is going to be, separated, isolated again. I don't know if you have any thoughts about it, but I looked at the way business are done, and I believe that the globalization and global mindset are still really important and will continue to be really important. And I can give just a few examples. If we talk about the let's say the supply chain, okay. So when you look at supply chain of companies, and it's a strategic decision of huge companies that like I don't know, like Tesla or like Apple, the phone that we all hold in our hand. I don't know if you're aware of it, but it built of parts that were provided by 200 companies from all over the world, from about 43 countries. So is that going to change? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to change. Or when you think about I don't know, Amazon or Alibaba or Netflix that we all watch, which are, platforms that are global and that we all, consume very similar products and very similar content. And we send our content to one platform and we watch it in another one. And that also a basis that established part of our globality. Is that going to change? I don't know. And also the markets themselves. I mean, the concept that all the world is producing and then we all sell in the West, in the US and in Europe. I'm not sure that it's true anymore. I mean, China, India, and I'm sure that many countries in Latin America became now markets on their own, markets that are interesting to sell. And companies like Coca-Cola and even, Tesla, currently Tesla's main market is in China. They sell their cars in China. It's not just that they produce there, but it's a huge market for them by itself. So I think from all of these reasons, I can justify again the fact that global mindset is still very important, and I think it will continue to be important. And what does it mean to have a global mindset, or how you can develop a global mindset, how you can strengthen your global mindset? So I believe that there are like three, or not, it's not a belief, it's, I think, based on my experience. I think that there are three pillars for that, or three legs. And one of them is not just a network. It's not just about, going to exhibitions and exchanging cards, but really deep understanding and acquaintances with people from all over the world. And I think that this is something that you can definitely do. For example, doing an MBA, a global MBA, because then for a period of a year, you get to know people from all over the world. And just in this call, we have so many people coming from all over the world, and in our class, it's even more. It's about knowing the culture, but it's about also opening your mind to global mindset. I mean, it's not just reading the newspaper and understanding what's going on in your own country, but understand how things that are happening right now in China can influence Brazil. And it's also about the ability to pivot. And I think that Sofaer Global MBA, and I think that maybe, I don't know, I think that we lost Susanna, but if she'll come back. So I believe that she can give from her own experience in the business that she's currently managing, how this was developed as part of her being here in the Sofaer Global MBA. So I think that was like, a start. And from now, I will pass it to Lena, who is our head of recruitment, and she will present to you what Sofaer Global MBA is all about. And of course, if you have questions to her or to me, so feel free to jump in and just ask them. So go ahead, Lena.
Yes, thank you. And I think, I was lucky to know most of you already, some unknown faces. So just again, to introduce myself, Lena Blieben. I'm responsible from recruitment, a little bit of marketing. That's what we all enjoy, I think, doing together with Jackie. Yes, and actually, I know that Suzanne is really in a hurry, and I really don't want to take her time. And maybe, Suzanne, if you're available right now, maybe you can say a couple of words like about Sofaer Global MBA. And guys, if you have questions, definitely, you have here fellow Colombians and almost fellow Argentinians, since you're in Argentina right now. So definitely, maybe you can just say what was, like, first of all, why you ended up here, and then how was it for you? And how is it for you now? Oh, we don't hear you. No. No. Okay. That's so good. It was okay before. No.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So just to tell you a little bit about my experience, I think I have a quite unique experience because I was supposed to arrive to Israel the 8th of October. So it was a very
When-
challenging time.
Yes.
What?
2023, just
Yeah. I think by the date everyone can understand like why it was a challenging time. I'm not Jewish. I've never been to Israel before of the MBA, so for me it was like really like a hard decision because I didn't have any family there, and I chose the program more because I wanted to go to a place where the entrepreneurship spirit was very strong, and I didn't want to go to an obvious or like a traditional institution like the ones in the US. All my experiences in startups in Latin America, for all the ones who are from Latin America in the call, I worked in Rappi, I work in an AI company in Latin America. Maybe you're familiar with Rappi, that is quite big. And I wanted to learn from an experience that made more sense for Latin America, where everything is hard. We don't have a lot of money. The market, well, in Colombia, we have a constant war since 50 years. We've been struggling with the drug lords. So it's a complex environment, and Israel has also a different but complex environment. So I thought it would be like very smart. And I can really say after everything that happened, it was like the best decision I made for my education. It was very interesting. It was very different. The class that we had was very diverse. I think we had 24 students, which I think was very amazing because of the timing. And we had people from 16 different countries, so the backgrounds were very diverse, and that was, I think, one of the most valuable experience. And I guess what you were saying, Jackie, about globalization, that's something that I really, really value right now because I practically have contacts in all the continents, all the industries, very different points of views. So I don't know. I think it was actually the best experience, even if I was there with the sirens, with the hard news. It was actually very interesting and moving to be in Israel in a time like that because you can really see the spirit of how everything comes together. And we got to meet like a lot of interesting developments because of what was going on. So there's silver linings in everything. So that was my experience.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's very important for us to hear this. And yeah, I know that you're super, super busy. It's not nighttime, it's like your working day. So
It's
if
fine.
anybody has questions, I hope guys you have questions. So maybe 2-3 questions Susanna can answer. Go for it. No questions? Not yet? Okay. Okay. No pressure.
Anyway, if anyone wants to ask anything, I heard that someone is also from Colombia. You can share my contact and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Yes, we got at least one yes. So
And we need the Latin team because I've heard that the last cohort there were no Latins, right?
yes, we're missing a lot. Igor, how many
No,
Spanish.
they have one for Chile, but I want next cohort at least 4 from Latin
Yeah,
America.
we were 3, right?
We
Mijal,
were 3,
Demian,
and
and
before we had 4, and I think the more the merrier, and it's amazing. I mean, with no offense to anybody else, but I think that you know, the spirit of the class had a lot to do with the number of Latin America in the class.
Yeah, I think you need to bring more Latinos to the class, like
Yes.
in this spicy environment.
Yeah, and I think that the Israeli environment works good with the culture and the spirit of people in Latin America, at least from my
Don't
experience.
discriminate
for
anybody.
sure.
No, not discriminating anybody else, but yes.
When you come here, you will get this. You will get this. Yeah.
Yes, for
I
sure.
I don't have a question for Susana, but I've heard that you're in Buenos Aires or Argentina. I'm based here, so I will look. I guess I have your LinkedIn here. Then we can catch up for a coffee or
Sure.
something like.
I don't live here. I'm working this week and the next
Okay.
one. So if you want to meet, I'll be happy to meet for a coffee or
Sure.
anything.
Sure, I'll take you around.
Sure.
Amazing, amazing. I love how it's already working.
Hmm.
Yes, so I will share with everybody Susanna's LinkedIn, and Jan Francisco, I see that you have questions, so I will let you know, and I think Susanna, we can let you go. Thank you so much.
Susanna, it's okay that we put your email as well, or just your link?
Sure.
Sure. Okay, so I'm
Sure.
just putting
Even
it.
my contact number,
Okay,
it's fine.
great.
Yes, so we have the email. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then we will then move to
Okay.
the
You're welcome.
and I hope that you will have a chance to come back to Tel Aviv.
Me too. I miss it so much.
That's still nice to hear. Okay, thank you. Okay, and we'll go like to our presentation very fast, and I think Jackie and Igor will help me, and Andre also feel free to jump in because like you know what is like really more important. So definitely go for it. Just a second.
Okay, just nice to meet you all, and I hope you go to the program. And if you have any questions, there's my contact. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, Susanna. Bye. We'll be in touch. Okay, so we will go. Everybody sees my screen, right? It's working.
Yes.
Good. Okay. No, I want to leave it here for a while. So this is us. This year we try, I think, to balance, and we decided to be more creative, even more creative, and have more smiles and optimism, since we're still in the top 10 countries of the index of happiness. So we have to prove it, and as most of you know by now for applying this year, so we're asking you to make your avatar. And actually the guy on the right, most of you I hope will meet in person, because like the guy on the right is actually going to be there and join the cohorts, and a very amazing and beautiful young lady in the middle. This is our current student, Tony, from the US. So I think it really helps us to get you introduced that we are open to AI. Open AI, yes, so we are also open to AI, and our professors use it, and they recommend our students to use it. And I know that in many countries it's still forbidden, but for us, we think that since you're going to use it in the real life, then why not to start using it smart and in the way that it will help you. So what is important, I think Susanna made like a good introduction, because definitely she is the student that is super welcome at our program, because, and as you heard, that she's not Jewish even, and never been to Israel, but I guess like in her you can feel this idea that she wanted to stand out. And I think like from year to year we see that this is like one of the most important thing, that you need to be different. And actually, Emma, after our trip to the US, we understand it even more, because like we see that the students want to go to those like traditional universities. It's good, we're not competing with them, but like we want our students who are different a little bit, and we understand that in order for you to stand out, like you need to choose like maybe a different path. And I think our program can really provide you different opportunities how you can do this and stand out. And I think in this case, Igor is also an amazing example because his story is also unique. And Igor, maybe just quickly introduce more, because you said that you're from Ukraine, but you also have a story. Just quickly.
Right. I moved to Tel Aviv also 2 years ago. So it's 1st of October 2023. So I wanted to start my career because it's like high-tech country, but then the war started. And yeah, I just stayed here and trying to build my life here. So and the program is good opportunity for this. First of all, because of the career center that is integrated into this program.
Okay, yeah, for you now it's like the most important. So we'll get to the slide. Maybe you will tell
Yeah,
more.
well, later, yeah.
Thanks. So Tel Aviv, I guess some of you have already been there, but just like to remind you, in case you have forgotten, that we're still considered like the global innovation hub. And despite of everything that is happening here, the number is still growing, the number of exits also growing, and the amount of the investments actually is still good. And we hear it like from the first hand from our professors for still the industry professionals and work there. So definitely that works for us. I mean, you cannot surprise anybody from Latin America with the 14 kilometers of beaches, I guess. But like personally, for me, the person who comes from St. Petersburg, Russia, it's still a huge advantage. And I cannot believe how happy we are that almost all year round, you can go there, see the sea and just like enjoy it. And vibrant lifestyle bars like Tel Aviv, this is the city that speaks English. I think in this case, it's my advantage that I'm a good example that how you can survive with the minimum of Hebrew. I know not everybody's happy about this, but yes, you can manage definitely. And for you, it's a chance like just like to be there in the special city. Like I have been traveling a lot, and I think that Tel Aviv, there's nothing like Tel Aviv. I'm gonna stop here. Okay, so Tel Aviv University, just a little bit information. So definitely choice number one among Israeli students. It's like the biggest university where all the departments located in one campus, so you can interact with like 30,000 students. We have accreditation, very important. I think that you can be guaranteed that all our courses are validated, the professors are checked, and that if you would like to continue to PhD or to the other university, like you can show the diploma that is valid all over the world. And I mean, you can see the numbers. I'm not going to stop. I mean, I think it's a bit boring, but some people like the numbers. Definitely top 10 for venture, for unicorns. And the fact that we are proud, really, I think Jackie and myself, 55% women on campus. And actually 2 years ago, we had 51% of women at our MBA program, which I think a huge success. So Sofaer, what again we can give to you to stand out? Israel's #1 school. You can finish just in 1 year. So super intensive, completely real life experience, career focused. Again, since we got the international accreditation, so we have a certain number of MBA courses that you can take everywhere in the world. But what we're proud of us is that we have electives that you can choose from. And I think these ones can be only found in Israel, thanks to the Israeli business ecosystem, that on the one hand is huge. On the other hand, like it takes like the whole country and you know everybody. So because like the country is not that big, and actually, I think like you all know the theory of 6 handshakes, but I think here it's like maximum 1.5, and you'll get to the person you want to get to. Again, global network, you already see among yourselves, right? So there's like not many of you, but like almost like we don't have any repetitions. All of you are coming from different countries, which is, I think, amazing. We have internship. So during your study, you are able to also obtain an experience in working in the Israeli company. So by the end of your year here, it's not just a degree from Tel Aviv University, but also at least 120 hours of work experience in the Israeli company. Again, everything is super hands-on learning. Startups, consulting, pitch competitions, we all have it. And definitely we know that for you it's important, like your career, and that's why you're coming here. And we provide an extra support for our students by the personalized mentorship. We provide the workshops, and definitely thanks to our alumni as well, and thanks to the reputation of Tel Aviv University and to the Sofaer Global MBA, because like we have students who are fluent in English and have experience from different other countries. I think that our students definitely stand out and very appealing for the employees here in Israel. Values, I don't know if you're following our Instagram, I think it was like our last countdown, so they're like some part of it. And I think like every time here this slide, Jackie, choose one that you want to say a couple of words. Jackie?
Okay, I was muted.
Okay.
But maybe about balagan. I don't know how many of you know this word, balagan. Balagan is a nice Hebrew word which means chaos. So chaos usually is perceived to be like something negative. But I believe that, first of all, you cannot avoid balagan in the world anymore. This is how the world is, and we need to face it. And I think that Israel, because of the way it was established, because of the people here, I don't know, you know, what are the sociological reasons for that, but the fact is that we kind of like embrace it, and we look at it as in a positive way. I mean, you know, the challenge is to take a chaotic situation, to make sense out of it, and to grow. So I am not saying that we are careless in the program, or that we are deliberately creating balagan in order to make your life hard, but I think that it's part of the culture here. And I believe that people that will spend the month here will learn how to cope with it and how to grow from it. And it will definitely serve you in the working space, especially if you want to become entrepreneurs, which is a very balagan-oriented process. It's not linear, and you cannot really plan it, and you need to pivot all the time. But also in a regular job, you know, I think that you go up the ladder and you become a manager. So there is no, you know, recipe of how to do it. You need to, you know, to innovate, to create, to strategize, to build your own path. And it's always about making order in a chaotic situation. So I think that's the value I will talk about today.
Thank you. Igor, do you want to say which
Yeah,
one?
yeah. Can I also choose the word? So it would actually, I thought Jackie would choose hardworking.
That's
Yeah, because it's usually what Jackie says. But yeah, Balagan, it was good description for Balagan, but I want to say about joy. And I like the picture. For me, it describes the program that first of all, it's a bridge between different nationalities, different experiences. You meet people from different countries, obviously. And the most important thing that when you're in Israel, this program also makes this bridge between you and top people from the industry. So those people become your mentors, they advise you. Or for example, it can be just be a regular hackathon that we had also in the beginning of our year from and it was at this big gaming company, Playtika. Personally, for me, it helped me to get in touch with the he's a CEO, or like he's the main guy at the company, Amir, yeah, and he's mentoring me now, and hopefully I will get into the company soon somehow. But yeah, it brings me a lot of joy, all this work.
I completely support this because yes, whatever you do, especially with all this hard work, like you really need to, first of all, know why you're doing this and to feel some joy. I cannot choose one. Like I think I'm in love with all those values, and definitely, if you feel the same, I think this will be the place where you can see the people who are dedicated to all of those and really add a lot of value to those ones. So I just personally appreciate it. And in each cohort, I see this, and this is like what makes me feel the joy. So let's be faster. So your journey, so you come here in October, right after the Jewish holidays. So during the first semester, you kind of get the introduction to entrepreneurship. You meet with the career department, you meet with the exchange department to see like what are the options for you. This, I think, the most intensive. The most of the core courses are taking place this semester. So like you're really working hard at this point. On the second semester, I think you can, in comparison to the first semester, relax a little bit, but only in the comparison with the first semester. But still, it's still intensive, and you are ready for the fellowship by this time. And that's like when our students start like applying to different positions. And that's where we have our own pitch competition, where you present your ideas and you can actually win the prize of $10,000. And then July, December, it's on the one hand a very sad period of time when students realize that that's it. And either leave for the exchange opportunities or continue working or just go home or traveling and enjoy a little like the real heat of Tel Aviv and the sea and have some maybe free time finally. So this is how your year will look like. What Igor mentioned, Korean networking, I think it's very important that we can provide you like this. Like you see here in the middle, this is like one handshake with the president of Israel. So like this will be your contact. And I think
This is me in the same t-shirt, by the way, the same t-shirt as
What?
now. It's also the same t-shirt. I'm in the same t-shirt.
Okay, you haven't prepared. Okay, so now we know that it's you. So you proved.
Yeah.
If Mr. Herzog is wearing the same suit, probably yes. Anyway, yes, so this is how you can actually show that you have a picture with the president, and proud to say like he spoke with our students and was very surprised that in the time of the war, people still choosing coming to us, which means that like we do produce some kind of value that you cannot find anywhere else in the world. So what we also do, like at the bottom, you can see this is the panel with the HR directors of international companies. These are Israeli companies that now they're like worldwide companies. As far as I remember, it was like Monday.com, Apps Flyers, and two other companies. So our students got real life hacks from the people who recruit, like what they need to present, how they need to behave. And I think the good news for our student was that they consider it like a huge advantage that you are coming all the way to study in Israel, that you have this adventurous type, that you are not going like the regular pathway, and that you're brave enough, you're curious enough, and definitely standing out. That's why even if you don't speak Hebrew, for you it's like important to mention that you've got this international experience. And of course, Global Alumni Network. And as Susanna said, like she now knows on each of the continents somebody that she can refer to. And I guess for us, it's the same. It's amazing. And actually in New York, we randomly ran into one of our graduates, and it was like one of the very emotional meetings that we had during this trip, because like he really shared his experience now looking from the past, what program gave to him. So that's what we try to the top picture, just like one of our students, Daphne, she's the one on the very, very right. She won the hackathon in the medical faculty. that's also, I think, a huge advantage that the business students can participate in different hackathons all over the campus. And that's what they won, the mentorship trip to MIT. So that's like what can also happen to you.
I wanted to also add about the career networking. I think this is a very big advantage of the program, that they have their career center, because they specifically focus on the Sofaer Global MBA students, which means that they help you to connect with people, they help you to adapt your resume, they help you to understand how the Israeli job ecosystem works. And yeah, I think this is very useful part of the program.
Thank you. Very good observation. So while Igor was speaking, you were able to read some of the testimonials from our students. Our professors, in brief, just I think what is worth saying that all of them are still in the industry. So it's not like just like theoretical knowledge that they have, but also they are either in the board of advisors, or they consult the government of Israel sometimes, or they have their own companies. So definitely this is your resource. And each of them, of course, bring us guest speakers to the class. So you got like an extended network. And so, yeah, it's like coming from your classmates, from your professors, and from guest speakers, and from our field trips. So definitely it's growing, and you can check on LinkedIn each of them. It's not just those 8, just like these are the ones that fit into the slide. We have many more. We have the whole faculty. So definitely these are your contacts. Our students, you see, Igor, I promised to put your picture, but we have you in real life. So next time there's going to be you, because like Igor set this trend actually of avatars by participating in the hackathon that he mentioned with Playtika. So this is like our now gaming story. So you know the guy on the left, all the rest are the representatives of our current cohorts. And the one with the
I should say, yes, like because of my team, because we like the avatar, AI generated avatar was the main like design of our presentation. So then then it just became a thing of the program now.
Yes, yes.
So it's because of my team actually.
Have the trendsetters as well. And yes, and again, like for us, it really helps to see who you are. Of course, like we don't have this old guy on the right that you can see. And you can see there like bike diaries. This is like a very sporty guy that actually every day comes to school with the bicycle. And yeah, and definitely all talents are welcome. And I hope actually that Dalia, the one with the Tel Aviv University t-shirt, will join us. She's in Chile now. She's from Chile, but I guess we'll see. Maybe she will. So our students, curious, as I mentioned, creative, of course, because like this is how you can survive and stand out. Daring, I think all of you who come here this year definitely proves like this one you can consider checked, because all of you daring. Hardworking, again, you will not be able to succeed in general if you're not a hardworking person. Impact-oriented, very important for us, and it's not just about, you know, like making the money or just like startup for the sake of the startup. Like really, we care about creating something meaningful, and of course, ready to stand out. It's not easy, but I think here it's like even much more difficult. But what you get here definitely will help you to stand out wherever you go. Okay. I know that some of you already completed the application process, but just like to refresh, so what do we ask? Again, you can see QR code, so you can just like go to the link and get all this information, but general requirements, your first degree, proof of English proficiency in case your first degree was not in English, 2 recommendation letters, CV, GMAT, GRE. It's possible to get a waiver from this, the most common reason to waive your GMAT or GRE exam. If you have 5 years of relevant work experience, then you can take our math test. But again, we can discuss one-on-one. Avatar, our new creation. I think we spoke a lot about it. And of course, to hold an admissions interview with Jackie. And you see, you already one handshake with Jackie. So definitely it's going to be much easier for you now. Tuition and scholarship. Francisca asked this question also about the finance. So definitely we do understand that this price is definitely much less than in North America, but probably much bigger than in Latin America. So we have different means to help you. And we're really looking forward to welcome here outstanding students. And we do want to help you. Like every year we have a budget. It's not some standard scholarship, so we'll consider everybody case by case, but the one that you can still be guaranteed. Though I don't like this word, but actually that's what we promise. We promise the early bird application scholarship, and actually today is the last day to apply for it, and most of you already did. But again, like as a bonus that you would probably join this webinar, everybody who was at this webinar, it will be extended for you, so you can still apply for the scholarship as well. We do have an ambassador scholarship, like you can see, like Igor, so you will have sleepless nights to help us to tell the world about this program, but only once a year. And only you see like only one person. And there are many other ways to become an ambassador of Sofaer Global MBA. And you can see merit-based, financial-based. I will be happy to discuss one-on-one with all of you, all the means of how we can help you. Of course, external scholarships, whatever you can use, you're very welcome. Sometimes maybe Andre, actually, you can say if there's something, I know that for Latin American students, like the PASMA scholarship.
Yeah, precisely. There is a scholarship for Latin Americans, the PASAC scholarship that can get up to $3,000. And yeah, I would say that's the most straightforward one that we have.
Yes, so definitely this is something that you can use, and you can combine as many scholarships as you want. We not only don't mind, we highly encourage you, because like this is how you start being proactive, and this is how you start being achievers. So this is about it. So what's next? Start the application process now. Talk to our alumni. Apply early for scholarship opportunities. Again, you have the QR code, so you can go directly to the application process. Very simple, online. Those of you who already started or finished the application process know it's like pretty easy, and you can definitely reach out to me whenever you have any questions. And let's talk about your future. So guys, this is us. You see, like, so we're like our students. This is how Jackie sees herself. This is how I see myself. And so we're all together in this. And I think this is what's really cool. So I'll stop sharing and let's go to questions. Oh, I don't know, like, thank you, Igor. Oh, yeah, questions or concerns, or what do you want to know? Thanks. So here are like four of us, Jackie, Igor, Andre, myself, who can probably try to answer your questions.
I have a question for, I guess, Andre, Igor, who have been through the program or going through the program. Wondering if you can both just talk a little bit about kind of your experience so far, the connections that you've made, and if you have next steps, and kind of how this program has expanded maybe your global mindset back to the global idea, and how that will really take you to where you want to go.
I can start. Yeah, I just think first of all, it depends on who you are and how fast you're connecting with different people. But the program for sure provides you different connections, and as I mentioned, the career center, they provide you with different workshops. They invite different people from the industry as well as professors. A few of them. Eyal, he's a professor of entrepreneurship class. he literally asks students, what kind of people do you want me to bring to the class as a guest speaker? And those people come and they speak about them, how they did, how they, what path they had before. And I saw that most of the students who struggled in something, they could see the solution for their questions. But for me, personally, I'm working a lot with the career center. So
Maybe I can add and jump in because we didn't emphasize it in the presentation, but also as part of the Career Center, we have the mentorship program. So not for all the students, but the ones that are applying for it. So right now we have 4 seasoned entrepreneurs, managers, fund managers, private equity managers in the Israeli and the global ecosystem that are working exclusively with our students in groups of 3. They meet them and they become their personal mentors, helping them in, you know, if it's, let's say last year we had a student coming from New York, an ultra-Orthodox woman, and she found herself pivoting into becoming an entrepreneur in a course that she's been working together with a computer science student and developed a very interesting tool to fight fake news. She won a very lucrative prize. Actually, with her, we went to the president's house for the first time. And one of the mentors that we introduced to her, he became an advisory board in a company and is now helping her to raise money. So this is one example. 2 years ago, we had students that were arranging the guest speakers series, and they brought several guest speakers. And through that connection, they became they were doing their fellowship at these companies, and then they were hired, like a Japanese student that was hired by a very good Israeli company, Tip Ranks, and became their business development manager for the Japanese market. And then he moved back to Japan to open this market. So we have it every year, and because I think that on one hand, the program is not huge. I mean, we have about 30 to 40 students each year. And on the other hand, there is a very, I think, big envelope of people that are, you know, around you and for you. The lectures, 2 ladies from the career department, the ecosystem of the school itself and the university, the mentors, and the team. So it's kind of like a boutique, tailor-made approach that tries to provide solution on a case-by-case study, and it's not one size fits all. Yeah.
Thank you.
I think I can also quickly talk about my experience. Even though I didn't study at the Global MBA, I did take a global master at Tel Aviv University a long time ago, so I can speak for my past 10 years and how I think it influenced my career. So I took the master's in conflict resolution and mediation, and I think that that there's something similar about every master at Tel Aviv University, which is the diversity in the classroom, you know, peers from all over the world. There is this openness of scholars and academics to everyone. So it's really easy to access a professor, a teacher, a Nobel Prize. Doesn't matter. Like, people are really open, you know, for you to get in touch and moving things forward. And I think this is something that is very, very special. You know, it's not an institution where people find rankings and hierarchies as something important. You know, it's really easy and people are really informal, and I think it helps building up network, because in the end of the day, anything in life, it's about what you study and skills that you build, yes, But I would say that as important as it is who you know, and who you meet in the process. And I think that Tel Aviv University is great for that. Um, After studying at Tel Aviv University, well, I straightforwardly started working for Tel Aviv University, so it's kind of the direct impact on my career. But not only that, I mean, in the program of conflict resolution and mediation, I had practical lessons on negotiation, on of course mediation. We had like business simulations and other kind of simulations, which I'm sure you're also going to have at the MBA, which I think that really brought me the hands-on experience that I experienced later on my life, you know. So not only working for Tel Aviv University, but also representing startups in Latin America. That's something that I did already. Doing facilitation for social projects that I have put up myself. So like this kind of leadership and um, self-empowerment, you know, feeling that, you know, I have lived through a very intense program, and now I think I can make it, you know, when it comes to project management. Um, Cross-cultural communication, which was a specific class which we used to have at the Masters in Conflict and Resolution, which was like, how do you communicate or negotiate with someone who is from a very different background, from a very different culture? And I think that's something that also I apply in my day to day. So yeah, I would say that's the key uh, outcomes that I would have, like both the networking, the hard skills, if you could put it that way, and the confidence to just impart on my own projects and make things happen, you know? So I think this is how I see my time at Tel Aviv University impacting my career afterwards.
If just to add to what Andrei said in the beginning about the relationship with the lectures. So when we've been to New York, we just met a graduate of ours that was doing exchange at NYU, which is an amazing university. And we asked him about, you know, how do you compare NYU with Tel Aviv University? Of course, very humble, you know. And he said, you know, it's amazing, and the lectures are amazing, and they have like a very clear script of the class, and they're like, you know, super actors, and they have the jokes at the right places and everything. But the relationship are such, he said in Tel Aviv University, at the end of the lecture, I know that here comes the time when I am kind of like challenging the lecture and asking hard questions and debating with them and disagreeing with them and asking them to convince me. And the kind of learning is not like a sponge that absorb, but more of a discussion, an ongoing discussion with the lectures. And he said that he's feeling, at least that was at NYU, the lectures were super good, but the students' mindset was not about challenging them. And the lectures' mindset was not about this kind of like discussion, but more of like a lecture. So I think that also to what Andrei said about the accessibility, the minute you feel confident and the culture allows you to have to build this kind of relationship with the lecture, so you become closer to them, and then they can open doors for you. For example, this student got his first job in New York due to a lecture that knew him and introduced him to some private equity manager in New York that hired him. So I second what Andrei said.
Any more questions? No? Igor, do you want to say something at the end? What you can wish the next cohort?
I just wanted to say, actually, I wanted to ask, but actually, I can say, yeah, don't be scared for this interview with Jackie, because I was super scared before. Yeah, and I was also asking alumni, like, what did you do? What did you say there? What did you do? And I think it's a great opportunity to come to Tel Aviv, to Israel, to experience this balagan, meet different people. Also people who came to Israel a long time ago from different places. And I think this international experience is the most valuable nowadays. And I wish you luck. Also, maybe in the future staying in Israel.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so
About-
much for staying a week. And Igor, also maybe you can leave your contact details if somebody wants to reach
Sure.
out.
I'll drop the link to my LinkedIn.
Thank you. Thank you
Perhaps
again.
I can maybe say something.
Sure, go ahead, Joe.
Sure.
I think I've noticed that I'm the only one who hasn't spoken during the meeting. So
Right.
I can, start by introducing myself.
Please
So I
do.
am Joel Mwangi. I'm a Kenyan. Actually, I've been in Israel for the past 2 years, from 2022 July to around 2024 July. So I experienced the October 7th. Actually, I was in Israel, leading a group of more than 300 Kenyans and Liberians for an internship program in the Arava. And it was quite an experience for me. I had the opportunity of meeting both Elena and Prof. Jackie in Tel Aviv. And, I'm so, happy to meet you again. And I'm looking forward to, meeting you again in Israel. So I have one more request, I would say. I've noticed that you have a special scholarship for students from Latin America. So perhaps maybe I can, request that, you have one for, Africans as well, so that, we can encourage more, Africans to join in, because like, I see, like, seems like I'm the only African in the, in the meeting. So like, maybe that is something that maybe you can consider, so that you can encourage more, Africans to, to join in. I don't know if I mentioned that I'm, from Kenya, and Kenya is a developing economy, and we need more entrepreneurs, so that we can help our economy to grow, and the economy of Africa at large. So with those few remarks, maybe I can hand it over to you. Thank you very much, and nice
Thank you,
meeting all of you.
Joel. And we met you last year. I hope to meet you again. And I think you were recommended by Kelvin, who was
Yeah,
our
sure.
student also 2 years ago. So we do have, but I agree that it would be lovely to have more. And let's talk again and see how we can proceed, move forward.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank
Okay.
you.
I'll reach out right after the holidays. We'll be in touch.
Sure.
More questions? Okay, thank you all then for joining. Happy holidays. I know there are like several holidays are coming, so happy Easter, happy Passover. And I hope like next year in Tel Aviv.
In Tel Aviv.
This year in Tel Aviv, as we say it. And yes, enjoy. And again, looking forward to seeing you again or first time on campus. And let me know if you have any questions, like you have our details for sure, and reach out whenever you can.
Thank you. Good evening.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Fiona. Bye-bye.